Before the fame, the riots, the bandanas, or the wails that echoed from speakers across the globe, there was William Bruce Rose Jr., born on February 6, 1962, in Lafayette, Indiana. His beginnings were anything but glamorous. His biological father, William Rose Sr., left the family when Axl was just a toddler, later kidnapped him briefly, only to vanish from his life completely. It wouldn't be until adulthood that Axl discovered his father had been murdered in 1984. Raised by his mother Sharon and abusive stepfather Stephen Bailey, Axl grew up believing his name was William Bailey. His childhood was marred by violence, religious extremism — he attended Pentecostal church multiple times a week — and repression. Music, even in those dark Indiana winters, became his only window out, a salvation. He learned piano, sang in the church choir, and by age 17, he had formed a rock band with his Lafayette friends. But the name William Bailey, that wasn't who he really was. In his heart, he was Axl Rose, a name he adopted from a band he briefly fronted called AXL. He legally changed it once he left Indiana behind. And leave it he did, with nothing but a duffel bag, his attitude, and a mission: Los Angeles. Welcome to the jungle. Landing in LA. In the early 1980s, Axl was a homeless kid, bouncing from couch to couch, scraping by on menial jobs. He had nothing except his voice. That voice, sharp, shrill, and demonic, pierced through the foggy LA music scene like a banshee screaming down Sunset Strip. He started in bands like Rapid Fire and Hollywood Rose, where he met Izzy Stradlin, another Indiana transplant. Then came the fateful merger: Axl, Izzy, guitarist Tracy Guns, bassist Duff McKagan, drummer Steven Adler, and the mad guitar genius Slash. Tracy dropped out, Slash dropped in, and Guns N' Roses was born in 1985. The streets of Los Angeles were their playground. They played the Whiskey A Go-Go, the Roxy, and the Troubadour, gaining a reputation for being raw, loud, violent, and wild. People didn't just come for the music. They came to see what Axl Rose would do next. Smash a mic stand, start a riot, strip on stage. He did it all. Appetite for Destruction. In 1987, Guns N' Roses dropped Appetite for Destruction, a sledgehammer of an album that smashed its way into rock history. Songs like Welcome to the Jungle, Axl's twisted love letter to L.A., Sweet Child O' Mine, a surprise love anthem with that iconic Slash riff, Paradise City, stadium-sized dreams and grit. Critics weren't ready. Fans were obsessed. It took a year to climb, but once it hit #1, the band was unstoppable. But Axl, he was morphing. From skinny street punk to rock god. His voice hit high notes like a siren, his stage presence electric. He danced, slithered, and screamed. But behind the showmanship was a tortured soul haunted by childhood trauma, anger, and paranoia. He began showing up late, very late, for concerts, sometimes hours. He'd storm off stage mid-set. In 1991 in St. Louis, Axl leapt into the crowd to attack a fan with a camera. A riot followed, 65 people injured. The band fled the city in a convoy, and Axl was issued a warrant for inciting a riot. He was becoming the most unpredictable man in music. By 1991, GNR was the biggest band on Earth. That year, they released not one, but 2 double albums, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. The songs were operatic, chaotic, theatrical. Axl was composing epics like November Rain, a cinematic piano ballad with a $1 million video. Don't Cry, lush, painful, romantic. Civil War, a protest anthem against violence. Estranged, a 9-minute emotional voyage. The band was selling out stadiums and topping charts, but the internal rot had begun. Axl's control was increasing. He forced original drummer Steven Adler out due to drug problems, though ironically, everyone else was using. Rhythm guitarist Izzy Stradlin quit in 1991, frustrated by Axl's late arrivals and erratic behavior. Axl brought in keyboardist Dizzy Reed and made the band sign over rights to the GNR name, something that would cause rifts for years. Axl wasn't just fronting the band anymore, he was becoming the band, the Great Disappearance. After a covers album, The Spaghetti Incident, in 1993, and a few controversial moves, like wearing Charles Manson shirts on stage, Axl vanished from the public eye. The 90s changed. Grunge dethroned glam. Kurt Cobain rose as Axl fell. The two clashed in public, famously at the 1992 MTV VMAs, and Axl's reputation spiraled. Bandmates left. Slash departed in 1996. Duff in 1997. Axl kept the name Guns N' Roses, but the band as fans knew it was over. Axl secluded himself in his mansion in Malibu, obsessed with perfection. He built a new band with revolving members, burned through $13 million in studio costs, and worked endlessly on an album that became a myth, Chinese Democracy. Years passed. Fans doubted it would ever come. Axl became a reclusive punchline. But in 2008, after 15 years in limbo, the album dropped. Critics were mixed. Fans were curious. But regardless, Axl had done it. He released the most delayed album in rock history, Return of the King. It took until 2016 for the real miracle, the long-awaited reunion. At Coachella, Axl, Slash, and Duff shared a stage again, for the first time in decades. The Not in This Lifetime tour was born, and it became one of the highest-grossing tours of all time, raking in over $580 million. Axl was back, but different. He was punctual, professional, even funny. Fans witnessed the rebirth of a legend. He even stepped in to front AC/DC in 2016 after Brian Johnson had hearing issues, and crushed it. He may not have the banshee shriek of 1987 anymore, but Axl still delivers. His passion burns, his legend grows. Controversies, chaos, and catharsis. Axl Rose's story is riddled with chaos, his anger issues, his abusive past, legal battles, fistfights with fans, on-stage rants against the media, government, and former bandmates. He's been accused of being difficult, egotistical, even dangerous. But he's also been deeply misunderstood. Axl is a man who endured childhood sexual abuse, violence, abandonment, and tried to scream his way to peace. His rage is born from pain. His music is therapy. His personal life is a mystery. He dated supermodels like Stephanie Seymour, starred in his own music videos with her, and after they broke up, spiraled into years of depression. He has no known children, never married, and guards his privacy fiercely. But he has matured. He's spoken out against Trump, donated to charities, opened up just a bit. Age has mellowed the man who once incited riots. Legacy of a legend. Axl Rose isn't just a rock star, he's a myth, a volcano in sunglasses and leather. His screams defined a generation. His lyrics, vulnerable, bitter, desperate, were windows into a soul at war with itself. He changed what it meant to be a frontman, unhinged but poetic, savage but sincere. Guns N' Roses today plays sold-out shows worldwide. Young fans mosh to songs written before they were born. The man who once couldn't be tamed now commands stadiums with calm intensity. Axl Rose, the once cursed Indiana outcast, became a prophet of rock and roll, rage, and redemption. The man behind the mic. To understand Axl is to accept contradiction. He's elusive, but loud. Broken, but brilliant. He vanished for a decade, then returned stronger than ever. He was a dictator to some, a savior to others. His band fell apart, yet somehow he stitched it back together. He is the voice of Welcome to the Jungle, the heart of Sweet Child O' Mine, and the tears behind November Rain. He is Axl Rose, the phoenix of rock. And as long as there's a stage, a mic, and a hungry crowd, the legend will scream on. Please subscribe.